Tonight's first male finalist for the Midland Roundtable Award is a senior high guy with size and definitely not afraid to pull the trigger on the basketball court.
You know, after I make a three, I got to shoot the next one. It's like a heat check. I just love shooting the ball.
And he's good at it. Jackson Berkeley is an all-state basketball and football player for the Bronx, but his first love has been basketball since his elementary school days.
I used to get pushed around a lot. You know, I played a couple years up with a couple of my friends that were older, so I used to get thrown around a lot. I used to play like the 2 guard, so.
Berkeley says he really learned to bang and get physical just steps from his front porch.
Oh yeah, me and my brother used to always get into it, playing in the front yard, get mad at each other, start throwing the ball at each other. Yeah.
How did most of those end? I mean,
ended in him running away to my mom and chasing him.
Now he's chasing basketball at Montana Western, where he hopes to make an instant impact.
I'm pretty nervous and excited at the same time. You know, I know it's going to be a great experience. Go in there and do my best and hopefully get to play pretty soon.
As for getting by day to day, he's generally organized, but admittedly not always.
You know, I can be messy at times, but I usually try to keep pretty clean. My room's usually pretty clean, but my backpack for school is pretty messy.
Seniors Jackson Berkeley, tonight's first male finalist. Central's Marcus Whitman carries a strong presence on the football field where he excelled at quarterback and safety for the Rams. And he recalls the thrill that started it all.
I remember my first play when I started playing football. My dad was a coach. He called a bootleg because I was playing quarterback. He called it for me, and I ran it for a touchdown. Ever since then, been in love with football.
He says that was age 6 or 7, but he also turned into a playmaker on the basketball court. Maybe a nod to his sister Mariah, who was also a finalist for this award just a few years ago.
Mariah was always super into basketball, so we'd always play one-on-one in the driveway.
who won those battles? I mean, at what point were you able to start beating her?
She was pretty good for a long time. I mean, when I got up to 7th or 8th grade, I started competing, but she won for many years.
Marcus just capped his senior year with a State A basketball championship under Coach Jim Sturgar, and he played for the football title under Jim Stanton. Here's how he compares the two Jims.
Yeah, they're two great coaches. Coach Stanton, he's not one to say a lot. You know, he's pretty calm on the sideline, I mean, unless you fumble or something like that. But no, he's pretty level-headed, you know, keeps his cool, and Coach Sturgar kind of wears his heart on his sleeve. You know, he's excited for you. He gets at the refs a little bit. It's a big change, but they're both really great coaches.
As for his favorite teams at the next level,
I like North Carolina for basketball, big Denver Broncos guy.
He's also a big Carroll College guy, which is where he'll play football starting this fall. Central's Marcus Whitman, tonight's second male finalist. Back to senior, where Thomas Kleps watched his brother Charlie recently share this very award.
FaceTimed him and I was like, hey, I just got Midland. And he's like, no way. He's like super thrilled about it.
Thomas closed his wrestling career at senior with back-to-back state titles, but early on it didn't look like those stars would align.
I was always actually terrible at it. I was like, until my middle school, like in 7th grade, I was like going like 1-32 every season. But I still liked it, and I remember my parents being like, hey, like, you can quit, like, it's okay, like, you've tried really hard. And I was like, no, I'll stay with it.
He also has all-state credentials in football, doing grunt work at center and long snapper. The competitive fire really ignited with his brother on the mats, on the driveway, even on the couch.
We'd even play like video games. My mom'd be like, you can't do that anymore, like playing against each other, because we'd just start fighting. Like, we got banned from playing basketball in like 7-foot hoops in front of our driveway, because like our neighbors would just see us fist fighting out front. Like,
how many years does he have on you?
3, yeah.
Was that fair?
No, but I was always bigger, so that was the argument.
The argument now, at least from within, is what he'll do at the next level.
I've narrowed it down to either wrestling at Iowa State, Missouri, or just going to school at Carroll.
He has options, and no matter where he lands, plans to study pre-med or engineering. Senior High's Thomas Kleps, tonight's third male finalist. West High's Neil Daly knew the significance of tonight's nomination the moment he got the text.
This is big stuff here, because you look at all the names who's won it. When I'm walking down West, going into the gym, they have that big plaque, and you just look at the names and you recognize them. You have one of the Demings, you have Jesse Owens just from the past few years, and those are some big-time names. Those are some great athletes from Billings.
And he's one of them. All-state in football at 2 positions, all-state in basketball and in track. But his dominance started in Missoula before a tough moving decision just a couple years ago.
My dad's been working here for years, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't go to try to make my mom stay in Missoula for another 2 years, and then she'd be by herself while we're trying to sell our house, which is something I never would want to do. So I just said, fine, we'll pick it up, let's move.
He candidly says it took a little while to fit in, but once he did, he was all in. Being one of the guys also meant learning some of the new ropes. One fun example in basketball.
That's one thing that Dare's always done since I've been there since last year. Every Thursday he's called it Third Person Thursday. No matter what you're getting interviewed, if you don't say your name in third person, apparently you have boards on the next practice. I did what I do. Neil just shot the ball today. It was just great. I got my chance and I had to pull the trigger. You don't get that often.
No, you don't, and you can probably tell by now he's pretty laid back.
I'm definitely a shorts and t-shirt kind of guy. I like to be comfortable, like to be relaxed, but I'm not afraid to put a little suit on, a little tie.
A little swag, baby.
Not much. I don't have much of that, but...
He says he doesn't have much swagger, but clearly enough to attract Montana State for a football scholarship. West High's Neil Daly, tonight's 4th male finalist. Seniors Juniorbergen was set to be a teammate of Daly's at Montana State, but after the Bobcat coaching change surfaced, Junior shifted his commitment to the Grizz just last month. He'll join another notable guy who bleeds black and orange for the Bronx, former senior standout Gabe Sulser.
Yeah, me and Gabe talk like every day. And I'm excited for what's next. I can't wait.
He should be. Bergen was one of Montana's most dynamic football players last fall, switching from receiver to quarterback, where he was even more dangerous. But did Coach Chris Murdoch give him the green light to call audibles?
No audibles.
What could have been? He leaves with a resume of all-state quarterback, receiver, corner, and kick return honors. If you're wondering what NFL team might be his favorite,
49ers fan.
Really?
Yeah.
Since how long?
Just since forever. My dad's been a 49ers fan, so I kind of just born into it, I guess.
Bergen was also dazzling on the basketball court with 4 years worth of varsity letters. His favorite NBA team, the Phoenix Suns, because he likes to root for underdogs, which they had been for a while until this season. And like most of us, he's saddled with a few chores at home. Here's his least favorite.
I don't like cleaning the kitchen. Just emptying the dishwasher and filling the dishwasher. It's not too hard, but it's just a little time consuming sometimes.
Aside from dishes and football for the Grizz, his time now will be consumed by majoring in psychology with a career path towards sports psych. Seniors Juniorbergen, tonight's 5th male finalist for your Midland Roundtable Athlete of the Year Award.